Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to you. My name is Nick on the Commodore 64. I'm looking at a classic from the arcades called Dig Dug, published by Atarisoft in 1983. The arcade cabinet was from NAMCO in 1982. Now the arcade cabinet had 255 stages. I'm not sure the Commodore 64 version has that. But anyway, it's 1 to 2 players. I'm the only player here, so let's get cracking. Dodgy gameplay, nincompoop chat from the start, and let's see how we get on. The impression you would have got on your first or second go. Now, I need to collaborate. No, the controls. Come on, Nick. Right, here we go. So I'm that guy in the middle. There's lots of other creatures going around, and we need to kill them by inflating them with our bicycle pump. That's pumped him up. If we get hit by any of the enemy, we die, and I get extra points for hitting them with falling rocks like that, which I didn't do. Right. If you had this game back in the day, let me know on any system. Pump up that. Pump up the volume. Pump up the volume. This. Oh, I've died. A dragon then got me on the bottom. Now, with each level, they get more and more of these things, or they become more and more violent. You've got a certain time limit, and they will try and escape at the end. That's it. He's inflated, and now on to round 2. Round 2. Very similar, but advancing each time. So it's quite simple, the gameplay in premise. You'll get the idea of this straight away, and that's where the addictiveness goes, especially hitting with a rock. Clobber! Have you just been hit by a falling boulder? Then comment in the comment section below, especially if you're Wile E. Coyote from the Roadrunner films. Incidentally, we've reviewed a few of those Roadrunner Coyote sort of games. Check those out on various systems. Right, let's see how far I can get on this. If you want to see other Commodore 64 games we've reviewed, there's a link to that in the playlist below. I think that's level 2, that dragon's escaped. Or click on my username, takes you to the channel page, and you can have a shifty along around there. This music is gradually driving me crazy. So the gameplay is very, very simple indeed. Boulder Dash took some influences from this game, but there's more jeopardy in this one, so you try and shoot everyone. I don't know how they come up with the idea of inflating your enemies to death. That don't seem like a very good way to go. When the enemies turn ghost-like, they can go through the rock. Otherwise, they just need to follow the route that you're doing. And I got killed again. There are different difficulty levels. You can start a bit further up into the game, but you need a lot of, well, got flamed there. You need a lot of patience to go through the whole game, that's for sure. And the music will drive you gradually crazy, as I said before. Atarisoft 83, arcade game NAMCO 82. If you didn't complete the game, what stage did you get? On my first go, as a newbie noob, I'm on round 4, and it looks like every so often the colours will change, but essentially the gameplay is the same. It does feel good when you crush one of the enemies with a rock, you get super bonus points then. I'd like to see some different music, but maybe the arcade game didn't have that. You can't shoot the stuff when they're going through rock, only when there's an empty area. Biff, wait, watch none creep up on you when you're blasting. You need to inflate them full to their top point, otherwise you'd have to start again. Have a banana. Good stuff for me. Right, I'll get to... Oh, they're breathing fire. That's no good. I'll take them from here. Oh, man. You can only inflate one at a time, and that makes you vulnerable. So it's game over. On my first go, I got not very far. By pressing F5, you can change the difficulty level to start a bit further up. Right, I think this deserves another go. We aim the reviews to be about 10 minutes. So, overall then, good conversion, finding it fun, gameplay ridiculously simple, but maybe that's what's intended here. I don't think I'll go back to it much as an adult, but you know, I go back to Boulder Dash every now and again, so why not? Why not go back to this? Right, here we go, rocks on your head. Get your rocks off, dragon. Now you are flat, no. And he is flat as well. Flat as a pancake. What do you think of this music? Do you like the music? You don't like the music? Let me know in the comment section. I love reading what you think about these games. Sometimes they're the same as me. Sometimes you mention things I don't know about the game. Sometimes your opinion is completely opposite to mine. Round 2. Lives are in the bottom left if you haven't noticed that before. Rock. That's really satisfying when you hit them with one of them. Yeah, zippity doo-dah. I just want to do that all the time really. That's not going to hit them because it's blocked by a bit of ground. Just zip around, Your own impatience is your worst enemy in the game, maybe in real life as well. If you're playing 2 players, it's not together, it's alternate. So you die, then it's hands over to your other player. Who's in the room? Dig, Doug. Not Doug Dig, it's Dig Doug. He's digging and he's a dugging. Colours are, well, actually, quite often with the Commodore 64, it's dwarfed with a lot of purpley sort of colours, and it seems to have avoided that here. It doesn't seem to have that sheen. It does have that Commodore 64 brown, though, at the bottom there. Did this game come out on the ZX Spectrum? I'm not sure. I don't recall seeing it there. There might be other games with a similar name. We'll have to try and check that out. Save me a bit of research, folks. Let me know, are there any Dig Dug clones on the ZX Spectrum? This is the bit where you told me I've reviewed about 10 of them, and I've just forgotten. Well, I can't remember everything. Mind you though, there is a playlist called the Reviewed Games playlist, where we do snippets of games we've reviewed in 30-second intervals where I go through them quite quickly. So yeah, if you want to know what games to play and you ain't got much time on your hands, go through them, although each one lasts about 26 minutes, showing you 50 games each time on different systems. So it'll take a while to go through, but at least you get an overview. You'll find on those, the games 1 to 50 in each category is games that you know, and the further you go through you get more and more obscure ones. That's not to say, occasionally we might bump into a really good obscure one that you didn't know about. Anyway, that's how it works, folks. Will I eventually review everything? Well, I don't know. I very much doubt it. They're still making these games, you know. More in the ZX Spectrum homebrew scene than the Commodore 64 one, as far as I'm aware. But someone told me the new ZX Spectrum coming out will have a Commodore 64 core in it, so it can play those games as well. So with that in mind, maybe people will do Commodore 64 games too when they're homebrewing ZX Spectrum ones. You gotta keep up with the times, man. Keep up with the times. As Prince said, sign of the times, but he was dreaming when he wrote that. No, that was 1999, wasn't it? Which was a long time ago now, 26 years. Dig Dug. If you weren't here, I'll probably turn it off and play something else now. Not to say it's a bad game, it's just that it's not really advancing anywhere for me. It's a very, very slow learning curve over, if it is 255 stages, who's got time for that? But the main interest of the keeper was seeing what different colours each stage would be. The first one was like mainly rock, this one looks like some sort of ice place, but it plays exactly the same, with exactly the same enemies all the way through. The worst enemy is the dragon one that breathes fire, so you're best to attack him from behind. Looks like there's a few dragons here. I've got 11,310 points. Beat that, baby. Right, where's that red thing going? Looking like a reject from Pac-Man. He's inflated, he's dead. This bloke? Oh dearie me. Collision detection is okay here, but you have to leave a bit of a gap around the people attacking you because they will get you quite quickly. Right, let's advance here. Let's try and advance the difficulty represented by this fruit to get a bit further up in the game. We won't go right to the end. We'll just get it to a bit more, you know, chaos going on. Prepare for chaos. I will do. Thank you very much. Red. So, is it going to be different colours up there? No. Round 16. So it looks like the colours might circle round and round. We're looking at the browns again, and that looks very, very familiar, doesn't it? Round 16. It doesn't look like he's offering a great deal more up at this level. More dragons breathing fire on you. Boo, 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 boo. Let's dig through here. This bloke's a good digger. He diggers quicker than a mole, right? Oh, yes! Take that. 1,000 points. Oops, I'm getting into bother now. I've been trapped in a hole and surrounded by these doofers. I don't know what a doofer is, I just made it up. Dig Dug. It feels quite nice to say. I mean, realistically, how long could you be playing this game for? Whoops, I might have talked though. Sometimes I'm playing racing games for quite a long time with not much going on. I suppose you have to get really, really into it, and the challenge would be, once you get going, is to get to the end. I can imagine kids in the school playground saying, what level have you got to? I got to level 16. 16? You're rubbish. I got to 184. Alright, what happened in that one? There was 3 extra dragons and a stone. Alright then, yeah, fair enough. And I go round jealous, cursing that person. Maybe he had a cheat mode on, or something like that. Right. Mr. Happy Face is disappearing. Looks like he's trying to make a mad exit. Might be able to inflate him. Inflate that. Pop. Pop goes the weasel, that's the stage done. Round 17. It looks vaguely similar again. And I bopped. I've got bopped. He's got bippity bopped. Well, I've already been playing this over 10 minutes. I can't show you any more of the game. You've got a general idea. I've shown you a number of levels. You've seen the dynamic. The music is the same all the time. It's a classic, but I'm getting a little bored of the thing. It's driving me mental, to tell you the truth, if I wasn't mental already. But it's a good game, and I have to concede that. Not for me, though. It's just too... I think I need to lie down after this, maybe get a cup of tea or something, watch some TV show that's a bit bland, and I'll be back to my normal self again. Right, I got flamed. I got flamed pants. Is that it now? Game over? Yeah, anyway, so you heard what I got to say about the game. A classic one, but not for me. A Dig Dug, published by Atarisoft in 1983. A good conversion from NAMCO's game in 1982. If you've got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro or Commodore 64, then put that in the comment section below. You're always welcome. Until next time, take great care of yourself. Watch out for dragons breathing fire on your trousers. And, a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.
Pump up the volume, pump up the volume. Dis, oh, I've died. A dragon then got me on the bottom.